So today we've got the we got to get on the Shine Shack today. This is really the important project because right now it's not comfortable for guests. It can be wonderfully comfortable, as you can see now. Well, we'll take you around and I'll show you. We have a lot of shade. We have a lot of privacy now. Okay. Going around, we've had significant growth in the orange trees and a lot of the citrus. We really have some beautiful baby oranges. Come December, we'll start to have some great eating here. This is my baby, the Palestine orange, the market orange of the Middle East. Very difficult to get, very difficult to grow oranges. This is the first year we've actually had some oranges here. So I am hoping that, sure as hell, I'm hoping that there's more than one here. Because otherwise this tree has been a waste. You know, last year, guys, I shocked this tree by trimming it within an inch of its life. I'm hoping we'll never know till, it's easy to hide them now because they're small, but I'm sure hoping that we're going to have more. But as we go around, you can see the height of the trees has grown significantly. I'm really going to take down that last one, which is the Seville orange. I don't need that many sour oranges, so we're going to really top cut that to about right here. Our Valencia, our wonderful juice orange tree. But over here we're starting to get a lot of privacy. This should pretty much grow up against there, so you know, it does give some privacy for the building here. Plus with our lighting, going to end up putting an additional light over here, so it's going to be very difficult for, we could pick up some, probably inside, pick up some power. I'm going to put an additional light right up here, so it's going to be very difficult for anybody to come up here without being blasted with light. Right now we've got a great setup. So it's going to be very nice for guests to come in. See, our light's already blasting off this one. Probably, they're going to blast off. They're supposed to have a daytime setting, but I don't care. As long as they work, it's good. The big thing, we got to clean up the Shine Shack here. This is our moonshine place, and as you guys can see, I've got a lot of stuff in here. I got a lot of too many chairs, so I want to move these out. I'm going to clear everything out. Jen already cleaned this up last night. This looks good. So you know, guests here, they have their own refrigerator, which is nice. I don't think this has to be defrosted. Yeah, that's pretty good. Doesn't get opened and closed too much. It's got its own coffee maker there. Plenty of cabinets. You can put in a hot plate. So it's very self-sufficient. Yeah, I put all this in, built all of this in. I did not hang the cabinets, but I did all of the ceiling. Used to have a video on the other channel called One Woman Drywall Hang, which was pretty intense. Just me alone putting up the drywall, but you can see how beautifully the ceiling's held up. Yeah, it needs a little bit of patching on some of the seams, but it looks fantastic. I actually raised the ceiling here so that this still would fit. We'd never be able to accommodate this for 8-foot ceiling. So I went ahead and took that up to about 9 feet 6 inches. So that took a lot of engineering and a lot of work to do that, but it really turned out beautifully. So it's very comfortable in here. It stays comfortable. We'll also mount the air conditioner over there. We have a freestanding air conditioner. It works really well. So This is really a great place to sleep. The only thing, the sun comes up in the morning and it puts a lot of light in here, so we've never put the blinds in here, which we should put in. I may get somebody in this week to measure and do the blinds. Lazy. So it's got its own, the really nice thing, it's got its own shower in here, its own full bathroom, and I worked really hard to put this in. Again, I had to maintain that raised ceiling in the middle. Got a nice vent fan up there. Shower works really beautiful. It's good size. It's not teeny tiny, so you can stand in. So it's very comfortable. Very, very comfortable here. The toilet needs a good cleaning. I'll spare you showing that. Nobody really uses this too much, but isn't that nice? Nice thing too, in wintertime, if guests come, I put this Braun heater in. And this thing kicks out plenty of heat in here, so when you're taking a shower, you have a really nice TAS heater. So a lot of thought, a lot of engineering went into this work. So what we need to do now, and you have individual switching here, full power, and then you just have one overhead light if you're just taking a shower. So yeah, things worked out well. Installed a grab bar so it's easier to get up. If Jen uses the bathroom, this is the one that the boss likes to use when he stays up. And first thing I need to do, I need to get everything out of here. It's just too much. I'll probably sacrifice one of these chairs and put it on the front street. So it'll probably be this black one. I like the brown leather one. I'm going to get rid of the rocking chair too, so within a matter of minutes, I'm sure they'll be gone. So let's start by getting everything out of here. A couple of people asked if we're going to continue moonshining, and I guarantee you guys that we are going to have one moonshine run here sometime this summer. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll get the whole process on there. But for now, I want to clean out this barrel and move it behind. You can kind of see down there, we've got some of the old grains and stuff. So I want it to look good. I'd also like to add, I think it would be really nice to add a flower box over here and have some of the beautiful geraniums. I think that would be so nice. It would, if you come up here and you take a look from inside of the house, wouldn't that look beautiful? And it'd be very easy to tap off irrigation, because we have the irrigation lines right down here. You can see our beautiful hydrangeas. They're getting plenty of water. We used to have a third one here. Probably will add another one. Hydrangeas are some of those plants that you can do from cuttings. They do very well, and I've done some before from cuttings. And I really like to do hydrangeas because they do very well in shade. Look at these over here. How beautifully they're doing it. Look at this beautiful bottle brush and the privacy it gives us. We no longer see the watchtower over there at the top of those people's houses. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice to continue the bottle brush right down the side? So I'll probably end up doing that. It makes such an outstanding privacy hedge, and it's so well behaved, and it's so beautiful. And if you don't know why they call it bottle brush, if you remember from your chemistry classes, looky here. Doesn't that look like something that you used to clean test tubes with? And doesn't the Samsung Galaxy do a beautiful job of giving nice bokeh, which is a blurred background and a beautiful crystal sharp foreground. But look over here. Yeah, I know I still got that ugly ass wiring to do. I still got to empty out the gutter spouts. I tell you, having a rancho is a tremendous amount of work. You never realize, even though we're in a heavily urban, some people will call it a ghetto, this is a huge property for a city property. This is enormous. It's one of the last big lots left in the city of Santa Rosa, and it makes it very special, but it's a ton of work. And we'll take a second and take you guys around. This is where I store my ladders. Got some newer here, but you can see how beautifully the hydrangeas do in shade. I really love these. They're really beautiful. So there's my blocker for the window for the workshop. But yeah, I got to fix this wiring here. I know. And if you look back here, I need to pressure wash the whole place too. I will do that this summer. So we got a lot of projects for you guys to look forward to. Touch-up painting. I got to figure out why the gutters are all, the paint's coming off the front. But I'm happy. I'm very happy. Yeah, I have to tell you one funny story. When I was renovating the rancho, and it was a 2-year project of just, it was like a death camp to gut out every piece of drywall had to be removed. Termite damage had to be fixed. It was a brutal job. Recessed can lighting put in. All the new electrical was pulled for the whole place. And somebody said, what was the most useful piece of equipment in those 2 years of brutal renovation? This is it. This step stool was my #1 piece of equipment. And you can see that it needs a little bit of repair work, which I'll do. But God, this thing was indispensable with that. Didn't have to haul a ladder around. It was really, really nice. Isn't that funny? That's my unsung hero there. Did a beautiful job. But other projects to do. Look here. I need to remove all this scrap wood is useless here. So when I have my Vietnamese gardener that I've hired and fired 3 or 4 times over the years to come and carry all that away. We got all this shit here I want to get rid of. We got to do a little more tree trimming up here too. But the nice thing about this big non-fruiting mulberry tree is in the afternoon when the sun goes down over here, the nice thing about this is that it provides perfect shade for the back deck, but I don't want to overshadow the orchard over here. We'll just walk through here and then we'll get finishing up. Actually getting deep into our shine shack work here. You can see we're having a little bit of a fruit drop, and this is very common. You'll have fruit drop. Some things aren't going to make it to maturity. But in another 3 weeks, we're going to have some glorious Santa Rosa plums here. This tree got hit too hard with the peach leaf curl this season, so we're not going to have anything on here, unfortunately. We will have a few peaches. This is coming back a little bit from the peach leaf curl, but these need to be sprayed in winter time. We'll have a few peaches here. We had our first cherry, but this tree was ravaged by bugs. You can see our cherry right there. There's our other, this is our Bing cherry. And our, the hell is it? That's our pear tree, so. Okay, and I never had the heart to remove the cactus. I like our little cactus here. I think it's pretty cool. All right, back to the shine shack. pretty quick work of that. I'm going to I want to paint this table a little bit. I got this nice semi-gloss here. I'm going to go ahead and paint the top. This thing has been very useful for me. I did everything from doing plans for submission for the renovation of the Shine Shack for the building permit. I did so much stuff on that computer. I like to sit everything on it when I'm doing hangouts from out here when it's cooler in summertime because of the shade. Everything is all that. You can see the size. This is a really good size for an in-law unit. Very nice, and it's all self-contained too. It has its own towels and stuff for the bathroom, own sheets for the beds, pillows, multiple. I keep multiple beds here. We can actually sleep about 10 people on the rancho. We've slept up to, I think, 7 people so far. And that's a single, got another single down there, and then the double is outside. So it works out well, and it's got its own water heater for hot water for showers. A lot of people not from the area wonder what that tank is on top. That's an expansion tank. The city of Santa Rosa protects its drinking water system, so they don't allow a free flow of water between your house and the city system. So they have a check valve, what's called a backflow preventer out on the street. And it keeps your water from intermingling. In other words, the water can come into your property, but it can't go out except in the sewer. Well, because hot water expands, normally in most systems for cities, that water would expand into the city water system, but because it's checked off with a valve, the expanding water has to go somewhere when it heats, so that expansion tank has a rubber bladder inside that moves and expands when the water gets hot. It allows the hot water to move into there a little bit, and it saves your pipes from bursting and a lot of wear and tear. So it's a very important thing. You can also see that this is earthquake strapped too. We're definitely an earthquake country here, so. Got its overflow table in case anything ever popped. It would just drain right outside there. So I think I pretty much thought of everything when I did the job on this place. So, all right, next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and paint that table. Actually, before I vacuum, I need to remove or get this components separated here. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be down there. It's actually pretty clean, but I'm going to remove this boiler and get this thing totally spotless. This was made by Hillbilly Stills in Barlow, Kentucky. I think it is. Yeah, and it's really a really beautiful unit. And although we don't really moonshine anymore, just burned out on it, it's a real nice addition to the man cave. So it looks really pretty damn awesome. So I'm going to clean everything up real good. So let's get it outside. Yeah. You're doing good on that mop, Rosie. You're doing real good. This is going to make the Shine Shack smell really nice and make everything super sanitary. And I think this week I'm going to call about getting blinds. Alright, that looks pretty good. We're just going to let that dry real well and come back and rinse that. Looks pretty good. A lot of people have asked about this floor tile. It's the 12 by 4 pattern. Actually 12 by 6, 6 inch and 12 inch. The pattern is Sedona, S-E-D-O-N-A, and it was this was done in 2013. It's a very handsome, with black grout, very nice, very handsome pattern. And the 6 by 12 really is a very striking pattern to have, as is that still. All right, Missy Jen, things are looking pretty good, clean. There's a whistle in here. Everything really nice. Let that toilet bleach out a bit, although it's looking good. There, we'll let that sanitize a bit. This hardly ever gets used out here, so the water just gets funky. But this looks great. This is the very comfy double blow-up bed. That back together, got a nice setup there. A couple chairs with the computer station hardwired. I got to figure out why we're not getting any signal through the hard wire here. What do you think, Missy Jen? Looks pretty good, clean.
Got the air conditioner.
Yeah, we got the air conditioner ready to go. All we do is hook up the vent there.
Just for in case it'll be 120 degrees in here.
Yeah, it could be real hot, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get some, try to get somebody and get some blinds ordered up. Looking good.
Yep.
Got that all sanitized and put back together.
Well, you can see if you look to that window there, all the trees grown, everything shut.
Yeah, gives a lot of privacy. It also keeps it cool. Like I said, this big non-fruiting mulberry tree really helps keep this cool in the winter time. I mean, in the summertime. So, all right, looking good.
The TV. So
got the TV.
TV. You got the remote controls.
Very
and
nice.
then if you get lonely, you always got this little fella here to keep you company.
Yeah, you can play with your pumpkin.
You can play with your pumpkin.
Thanks for being along, guys. Shine Shack cleanup is complete today, suitable for guests, which we'll have in the not immediate future, but in the future. But why hesitate? Get things done now. Thank you, Missy Jen, as usual. And
My pleasure.
before you know it, terror will be on the rancho. Thumbs up are appreciated, everybody. Thanks so much for being along. We love having you guys on the channels.